Oh, I'm feeling very melancholic. I don't know. I just left Sab alone, and I'm not with her, and I saw my old teachers, and one of them kind of hugged me, and it was so sweet. He's nice, he's kind. And another said hi to me and asked me how I'm doing, and yeah. Anyway, oh no, people, they're gonna look at me like, oh, is she skipping school? Yeah, I am, frankly. Oh, sorry, guys. Hi. It's the 13th of September. I didn't want to film because I didn't want my memory to get all full again. Yesterday night I just emptied it a little bit, not completely, but a little bit. Oh, there's my PE teacher. Oh, last time he saw me, he was a little bit concerned about me, but I don't think he was actually concerned. I think he was just making sure that I was physically alright, but I mean, he's the only one that actually got a tiny bit concerned, so. But again, he's a physical health teacher, you know, so maybe that's why he noticed. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to make a video because I wanted just to record the audio, but I guess it's more practical this way, and I am not gonna do much editing here. Probably I will not do any editing, so if you wanna hear what I have to say about not going to high school anymore because I graduated, you can say. It's probably be quite, I don't know, like melancholy, like sad, but it's not a bad thing, you know. It's just it makes me melancholic. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I guess I should stop just saying what I'm gonna talk about, and I should just talk about it, you know. So today is Friday, the second day of school, the 13th of September. I graduated high school on the 4th of I graduated high school on the 3rd of July 2019. So I've graduated just a little bit over 2 months ago. And yeah, but I stopped going to school 3 months ago. 3 months ago was like the last day of school. Then I had exams afterwards. Like how the school system works in Italy is that basically up until middle school it's basically the same as everywhere else in the world. But then after middle school you have to choose a specific high school you go to. And there are different subjects, like according to the school you choose, there are different branches, and it's not a good thing because like you have 13-year-olds having to choose what they want to study for the rest of their life, which sucks. And if you want to change afterwards, you have to do exams, and exams for like the subjects you didn't do. So it's so messed up. The Italian school system is messed up, especially for high school. Maybe up until middle school it's like everywhere else in the world, which I realize is quite messed up. But I also know that it's not as like, yeah, before high school, the school system here isn't as bad as it gets. Like, it gets worse. Why do people look at me like, have you never seen somebody walking? I'm not skipping school, although I look like I'm skipping school because I look like a child, and I'm actually glad about it. Like, right now I feel very glad that I look younger, because I feel less like an outsider. I feel like I just finished school before the other people, but they are my peers. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Oh, there's a person, I might know him. If that guy whistled at me, I'm not sure. I think I heard, but if he did, I did turn. I was like, I didn't say anything, because when I turned, there was nothing, nobody saying anything, and he surely wasn't whistling anymore. And I'm not even sure he did in the first place. You know, sometimes like bikes make that noise. Anyway, you can damn be sure that if somebody tries to catcall me, like, they literally get a big shout from me. Like, they literally get a "go fuck your mother," you know? Like, I have no fucking problem standing up to people. You know what pisses me off? When people kind of call you and then they go away. Like, they are such cowards that they don't even stay to get the punishment that they deserve. They just run away. And that shows and says so much about them. It's like, you're a fucking coward. Like, you don't even want to take you don't even want to deal with the consequences of your actions. If your actions aren't wrong, you would have no problem stopping by. But since you're a piece of shit and you know that your actions are wrong, you stop. You don't stop. Like, wow. Like, anyway, I'm not even sure that guy did, but I just wanted to make sure that I told people that, yeah, I don't let people step on me. Like, I stand up for myself, always. Always. Probably not a good thing all the time, but because sometimes it could put me into dangerous situations. But hey, that's the reason why I carry my thing with me everywhere I go, and my pepper spray. Although I don't have it now, it's so powerful. That pepper spray, accidentally, like, less than a little spill going to my eye. I just touched the bottle and then I touched my eye, and the bottle probably had some leaking on the outside. I don't know. It was probably like less than 1/10 of a drop. So, and shit, my eyes were bad for like hours and hours. For like a good 10 minutes I couldn't see anything, just by accident and by putting so little of it. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm already halfway home, almost done. Didn't talk, sorry people. High school in Italy lasts 5 years. So you finish middle school. Everywhere else in the world, like in the UK and in the US, you have 4 years of high school, right? If people look at me, yes, I stare at them badly just in case they are being bitches to me, you know? If they are being friendly, then they say hi and they say hi. If they are bitches, they literally get electrocuted by my eyes. What they deserve. Oh, look at that. Kind of want to go there. Low key. I know that in the UK, high school is like middle school or something. But anyway, I'm talking about American high school. Like, think about American school years. So that way it's simpler to understand, I guess. I guess, kinda. See, this person didn't catcall me. This person just said something like hi, and I didn't tell them to fuck off. But I was ready to tell them in case. I'm always ready to knock people on the head. Oopsie. No, police didn't arrest me. I never knocked anybody on the head. Just hypothetically. Hypothetically, in a universe where that happened. But hey, nothing ever happened. So... Okay, 4 years of high school everywhere else in the world, basically. Here, 5 years. Which means that by the time I graduated high school, I didn't lose any school year, and I started kindergarten and elementary school, I think, when everybody else does. Like, everybody in my class was born in the same year as me, because basically now here you get put into a class based on the year you were born in. And there are some cases where people kind of like get to go. Maybe I know that girl. She's cute. There are some cases where people that are a bit younger get to go into a class with older people, but just if they are born like in January or February. So maybe even March sometimes, but it's really, really rare cases. They don't do it for everybody. And here in Italy, there's such a high rate of people having to repeat school years, especially in high school. Like, I easily know 10 brilliant people that have had to do a school year in high school 3 times. Like, I know people that have failed a grade for twice. Like, maybe they failed once the second grade and once they failed the fourth, or like the first one and the second one. Like, I easily know as many people as that. And it's not like we are more stupid than in the rest of the world, or we study less, or we are more like lazy. Actually, just our schools are so... I know they are so much harder than American schools. And that's facts. Like, based on how the tests are, how many subjects we have, and yeah, just the legislation is stricter. We are not necessarily more respectful. We are not. We are just as respectful as everybody else, probably. But the legislation is like, it's more of a serious thing. Basically, here, if you graduate high school, if you graduate like the type of high school I went to, it's almost as difficult as getting a university degree, you know what I mean? It's not super difficult for people that graduate from the type of high school I graduated from to go to uni. Like, there is not much difference. There is a bit of a difference, but it's not as big of a difference, because anyway, from about our third year of high school, from the third year of high school, you're alone. You have to study by yourself, you have to do by yourself, you don't really get much explanation, and we have 12 subjects, I think. 12 different subjects, all compulsory from the third year. So, yeah, I can let you imagine having, 11 subjects. Let's leave PE. But I can let you imagine having to study all of that. And actually, many of those are in depth, like French literature, German literature, English literature, physics, algebra, and maths, like pretty advanced stuff. We do, the last year we do a bit more than what is done in American and English secondary schools. Like, I know that, like, till the end they get to a certain point, we get a bit further than that. So it's technically already uni stuff, I guess. It's so hot. So, high school is difficult and lasts longer, which is probably one of the reasons why this is so hard for me, because it has been a part of my life for, well, a reasonable longer time than most people that go to high school experience. Like, yeah. So 1 year makes a difference, and 1 super tough year makes a huge difference. Especially when you're so packed with so much information and so much to do, and when literally it's not like I was not organized well, or like I was not catching up with things, like I was leaving them for the last minute. No, I wasn't even procrastinating the things I had to do, but from January I found myself, if I was lucky, and I'm really not joking, it's crazy, but if I was lucky, I would sleep 4 hours per night. Usually, on average, I would sleep 2 hours and a half. And also on the weekends, I had to wake up early because we had so much to do. And so even on the weekends, I would sleep maybe 8 hours if I was so fucking lucky. So I didn't catch up with anything, which is also why right now I have very bad insomnia. I'm just used to not sleeping. I don't function well, but my body wakes me up because it's used to it. So I know you wouldn't, but there might be people that have never watched me, that don't know me, and are going to make comments about me being a crybaby about high school. If you didn't go to high school in Italy, and if you didn't do the kind of high school that I did go to, it's called liceo. It's basically a pre-uni school. Yeah, the best way to describe it is it's the school you go to get prepared for university, and the last year is university level. It's definitely university level. It's first year of university level. Of course, it's not like first year of a super tough university level, but it's 1 year of average uni in the US, like easily, like there's definitely no denying in that. Like there's nobody that can deny that. Like my friends in the US, they go to uni, and also in the UK, they find themselves being so busy, right? Like they're so busy, but they still have time to have a part-time job. What the fuck? Like, and have time to sleep and still do well in school. And I am not particularly slow. That's the point. Or lazy, or I procrastinate. So let me tell you, I am not exaggerating. I'm not being a drama queen. So if you feel like commenting stuff like, okay, stop being a crybaby, you can just leave the video and not comment, because frankly, unless you have the same experience as me, you really can't talk about it. Like, you can make comments about it. You can, but you can't make comments about it as if they were facts. I'm basically home. Shit. Okay. I think I will keep talking about it later with you, but yeah. I wish you the sky so that you cannot stalk me. Like on the wood video. A person was like, I'm gonna stalk the sky. Oh, they are so lovely, to be honest. They always comment. I don't remember the name. Sorry, I'm really bad with names, but I remember them. So I'm feeling very melancholic because it's been such a big part of my life. It's been a terrible part of my life for most of it. It's been a really challenging to say the least part of my life. Really, it's been so tough, and my mental health has deteriorated so much because of school. I already had issues. I know I would still be mentally ill even if that didn't worsen the situation, even if that hadn't worsened it. But I know that especially when I was alone, my mental health has deteriorated so badly. In my third and my fourth year, I was completely alone. There was nobody that I could talk to, or would talk to, or who was my friend, or that I felt comfortable around. So I would literally have to eat lunch alone. Basically I was hiding the entire time. And yeah, I couldn't just talk to a random person, because if you have no self-confidence and if you are an introvert and you have social anxiety, you can't talk to a random person, with social anxiety you can't. Or my people with social anxiety who can relate, let me know, because I don't even think my social anxiety is as bad as it used to be anymore, but it used to be very bad. I really remember panicking so much over so little. I still do. I still have very bad social anxiety, but it's not as bad as it used to be, which is great, I guess. More because now I kind of go a bit more I don't really have self-confidence, but I pretend to have it. And by pretending to have it, I feel more badass, and I feel like people will think that I have it, and so they can't really be mean to me, because they just would make themselves look like fools. Because why would somebody make fun of somebody who is like, well, bitch, you're a fucking peasant, That's why it's so hard for me to let go of this. It's been a huge part of my life, a bad part of my life, but the last year was, despite being the hardest school year that I've ever had, school-wise, based on the amount of stuff that I had to do and things that I had to study, and the level of difficulty, it was the hardest school year of my life. Both the other years were extremely tough. They were not years where I could rest. Although I did have time every once in a while to like maybe spend one afternoon watching a show or something like that. Last year I didn't. Literally, I didn't watch YouTube or Netflix or anything of that kind for 7 months. No way, 6. For like 6 months. It's crazy, right? Real depressing. More than depressing, it was really panic triggering. Made me very anxious and made my anxiety disorders so much worse and my coping mechanisms so much worse. Now I'm getting a bit back on track. I'm trying not to let my coping mechanisms fuck me up too much, but I'm very anxious lately too, because leaving such a big part of yourself behind, not having a place in the world, and I mean, I don't have a place in the world right now. I don't have a job. I don't have anything. I feel like I'm lazy and useless and undeserving, and I don't belong anywhere. And I've done something wrong because everybody else has moved on, Like, everybody else seems to have it all figured out. They are either in university, or they are having a job, or they moved somewhere with their partners, or they are doing stuff that makes them productive. Even if they stay at home, they are being productive. I haven't even filmed videos this summer, I haven't done much. I have done nothing all summer long, And now that the school year started, I feel miserable because I know I did nothing, and I know I should find a place where I belong, but it's as if I didn't have an identity outside of school, and it's as if I couldn't let go of that because it's everything I have. Like, it's what I lived for, not in a good way. More like I lived for it because I had the responsibility to go to it. I had the responsibility to study for a test. I had the responsibility to do stuff. It was a lot of pressure, but it's almost as if the responsibility and the pressure is what made me keep going, because I have strong values and with stuff that I have to do, which is not healthy, I know. It's me. Angie, shut up. Oh, she did shut up. I will keep talking about this later, okay? When I go pick Sab up. I need to think about it. I will try to journal. If I manage to write down my thoughts, it's gonna help with also the video. And I might just read a little bit of what I've written if it helps me explain myself better. Ooh. Okay, I will go. Oh, look at the doggo. Hi, doggo. Look at doggo. Hi. Hi, doggo. Hi, doggo. Boop. 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 Angie. Angie. Posso farti il bagno? Angie. Posso lavarti? Angie. Posso farti il bagno? Angie. 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 Vieni che ti lavo. Angie, come on, we need to take a shower. You don't want to get a shower. Oh, okay. Is that pasta? Oh yes, there is. Oh yes, there is. Hi. Him. Fatty kitty. Timothy. Hi. 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 Oh, look at this. Oh, you lost weight. She did lose weight. That's good. She was obese. I think she's still overweight. Having an obese cat is not healthy for them. They just die younger. And I'm doing my best to make her lose weight. Actually, I'm not doing much, to be honest. But we are trying. Yeah, we are. But I'm not personally doing something specific. Look at it, puppy. Okay, kitty. I'm gonna go inside and I'll keep talking to you later. Bye. Guess who's late? Me. I am late. That's nice. Actually, I'm not like that late. I think I'm just a couple of minutes late. It's 11:21 and sub finishes, gets out at 11:50, which gives me less than half an hour to get there. If I walked very slowly, or like not even slowly, if I walked in a chill way, I would take 40 minutes, I think. Maybe I would take 35 going steadily, but like also allowing myself to relax every once in a while. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna walk very steady, and if I see that I'm running out of time very much, I just will walk quickly. But actually, to be honest, I can get that in 25 minutes. Not even going that quickly. Like before, without wanting to, I literally took 25 minutes. And I wasn't going quickly, I was going steadily. I think I was even going slow. At some moments I was like just very, very chill, but I didn't... Yeah, maybe because I was talking. If you talk, you just... At least for me, I notice that if I walk, I don't think... I guess. Ciao. I want to learn how to disguise myself like a spy. That would be cool. Okay, these people. I think that if I talk while I walk faster without wanting to. It's like a distraction, I guess. Yeah, like listening to music when you exercise, I guess that's a bit like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going back to get sub. She doesn't force me to you know, and she actually said that she doesn't want me to get bothered by these and get tired, but I really want to. Like, she insists that I don't go, but I don't think it's because I make her uncomfortable. I think from what I've understood, it's because me getting bothered makes her feel bad, but it's really not making me bothered. Like, I'm not getting bothered by this. I am the person who keeps like pushing and pushing, like, please, can I be there for you? You know, I kind of just really want to be there. So, yup, yuppity yuppity yup. I can't wait to spend time with her. Cuddle up, watch a show we have, maybe watch an episode of something. We haven't watched Lucifer in so long. We watch Lucifer together all the time. Like, we used to watch it way more often than now, because now we're just meeting maybe once a week. It really sucks. Meeting so little. I was reflecting on something. Like, I was reflecting on the thing about me feeling like I don't belong anywhere and being very, very melancholy about leaving school. And the best way I can describe it is, it's almost sort of imagine it as Stockholm syndrome, but towards a whole institution, not towards a person. That's how I can describe that as, because I mean, not even that. It's just no matter how bad the situation is, when you get used to it, you're kind of, you're used to it, you are accustomed to it, you just almost become comfortable in dealing with that bad situation. If you, of course, it's still going to be super hard and it still might be impossible to bear, but it's not something new, and you get almost used to it. You get very comfortable in the discomfort, basically. Like, you get used to the pain, you get used to all of that, and once that disappears, you might feel a huge sense of loss and grief even. And it happens with so many things, like even people with illnesses and stuff, they lose their entire identity once the thing disappears. Even though it's a good thing that they are not in that situation anymore, and they realize that, like me, I realized that, but the sense of loss is still there. I feel a huge sense of loss. Right now, not really, because I think I got distracted. I was home, watched something. I tried to be a little bit productive. Didn't really succeed, but you know, it's fine. I ate some watermelon. It's the last watermelon of the year, because I mean, it's the 13th of September, so it's delicious. Like, this is the last good watermelon I'm gonna eat, probably, because this watermelon is so sugary and sweet. And my mom said that it's the last good one that she found. And I overheard my father talking about it, and he said, like, he didn't tell me, but I heard from him that at the shop, like, they were all, oh, there's a butterfly kind of dead, poor creature, was dying. At the shop, all the watermelons were exploding, and some of them were like not even exploding. I think they were, some not exploding. Some were like all cracked open with, the juice coming out of them. I think it happens sometimes with watermelons, but I think it's because now it's no longer watermelon season. I like my watermelon. I crave watermelon all winter long, basically. Like, I asked my mum to get me some watermelon, like in March. She did find it. Luckily, it wasn't that good, but God, I would live on watermelon. I love watermelon. I really, really love watermelon, man. No, I don't love the watermelon man. Love no man. If you know what I mean. I was reflecting on school, the huge sense of loss that I feel about the situation. And I say huge, and I really mean huge. And I maybe made some progress with like the processing it, like with thinking, because I guess also talking before while I was getting back home helped. I realized that a big part of it is because of sub. It's not meaning it's her fault. It's the opposite. Meaning the last school year was very tough and bad, but I wasn't alone. It was the first time in a long, long time. It was the first time in more than 2 years that I had somebody there for me at school. And I had somebody who was going through the same stuff, who was suffering just as much, and who had the same teachers as me. Not all of them, but when you are in a certain environment, knowing that you have some enemies in common almost is good, because it creates a sort of alliance, and you're like, yes, that teacher is such a bitch, and you just feel like you're more understood. Like, I felt more understood by her before. She couldn't understand as much because she didn't have those teachers. So maybe she said, sometimes she said, oh, I thought this person was bad, but I didn't think they were as bad as you described them. Like, actually, they're really fucking bad. Like, yes, that's what I mean. I think that also knowing that it's like knowing that you have somebody in a room very close to yours that is going through the same stuff with also the same people, like even if you have different classmates, in a way, you still see those people, like in the hallways, the school and stuff. Like, in the hallways, in the bathroom. So there's also that you can talk about and support each other on, because we would just spend all the breaks together, like talking and catching up with each other and supporting each other. Like, hey, I hope this went well. Or like if one of us had something bad happen, like a teacher being a bitch to us, meaning like a teacher making us feel very, very anxious and uncomfortable and pushing us to our breaking point, we could comfort each other, and knowing to have that comfort really helps. I think if Sab graduated with me, I would be more able to move on and but still, I think I would, I know that I would love to have the same job as her and the same, the same like turns as her. Turns. How is? I don't know. But maybe we like want to have the same rotations as her. Probably, yes. I realize I'm a bit clingy. I realize I'm probably a bit invasive and intrusive. I'm really sorry about that. It's just so rare for me to find somebody I'm so comfortable with, and I feel so totally comfortable around that, and I can be myself, and I can express stuff however I want to, and it's nice. And also I feel understood and loved and cared for in a way. I don't know, like I actually don't really know. I just feel. I don't really know what it is about her. It's something I feel, you know. But anyway, there was a little mosquito in my mouth. Disgusting. You're not really a vegan. A mosquito came in your mouth. Oh, shut up. Okay, no. Sorry, that sounded wrong. A mosquito went into your mouth. That still sounds wrong, though. Oh my god, I'm not true vegan now. Well, Becky, I don't go around with a little broom just for the dust and for the insects. Like, I do my best, but I still live, you know? Yeah, I think more than missing school itself, I can't say I miss school. I don't miss all the bad parts of it. I miss the good parts of it. And it took me so long to get to the point where I had some good parts in it. It took me till the very end to have some good parts in it. And also to receive mental health help, you know, mental mental health treatment. I didn't get any sort of acknowledgement of my struggles from any professional figure until the very end. That is so hard to deal with, because if you go through very serious, very bad mental health periods of your life, and you don't even have one professional figure that acknowledges, okay, this is true, this is real, this is super hard for people that don't have a mental illness. Going through this high school is already so almost impossible for people who are mentally healthy. I can't imagine how hard it is for you. Like, not getting there was hard. Then finding somebody that understands, I can relate, made me feel better, made me feel more valid and less lazy, because I had somebody that could say for me, no, you're being too hard on yourself. I was with you while you were studying. You studied for so long and you put so much effort into it, and I can assure you of that because I was there with you. That helps. But now there's no way, you know? That really hurts, I guess. I'm gonna have to shut up because there are people walking by me and, you know, I'm awkward. So I shut up. Jeez. Yeah. I don't know if he was a guy or a girl. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yes. I just feel very lost. I've felt completely lost in that school environment for so long. And then finally I had found some stability, you know. I had found some balance in a way. Like, there was so much bad, but having Sab with me made up for all the bad stuff. It didn't make the pain just disappear, but it numbed it, and it highlighted the good things, kind of putting the bad things in the corner, but not brushing them off, more like acknowledging them, like, oh, okay, you've acknowledged them, now you can focus on the good stuff. And that's what I found so fucking helpful. So yeah, if you find somebody that makes you feel like that and shifts the focus from the bad stuff to the good stuff, I think you should just treasure them. Honestly, I have no way of describing it. I know that I'm trying to express this with words, but I know that the range of vocabulary that I have is not wide enough for me to describe this. Like, I know probably there are some words that would even fit perfectly, but I'm not good with words. My range of vocabulary is so short, and that's the reason why I can't really express what I feel, what I think well. But reading maybe some books or stuff like that, I sometimes go like, oh yes, this is exactly these are exactly the words I needed to describe this. Rude? I'm joking, of course. Yup. Is this video boring? It probably is so boring. I don't know why somebody would watch me talk unedited for 1 full hour. But I guess some people might find this relatable. Maybe others will maybe some people are just so fucking bored and therefore will watch this to get unbored, but they will end up just being more bored because, you know, there's no way I can make people feel not bored. I'm gonna make people even more bored than they were before, and it's fine, whatever. People are not forced to watch. Although it's very kind if you do watch, so I encourage you to watch, you know. Just because I need some love. But I don't want you to pity me and watch me just because you pity me, okay? Thanks. I'm so insecure. Oh my gosh. I'm honestly one of the most insecure people I know. Not that I know many people, because I don't have friends. Like, not close friends. Just I'm close to a couple of people. Literally, I'm close to 5 people. Most of them are online, and like 3 out of 5, I guess. So, whoopity. Also, I have to pee. Why didn't I pee before leaving my home? Doesn't matter. It's really hot. Inside it was cold. I don't know why. Inside my house, especially in my bedroom, it's way colder than it is outside. But to be fair, my bedroom is the coldest one. In winter, I am constantly freezing, and to be honest, when it's winter and I'm in my bedroom, I have to get like the little heater on me all the time, otherwise I can't stay in there. And most of the time, all throughout autumn and winter, and also a big chunk of spring, I am wrapped in my blanket the entire time I'm in my bedroom. That's how cold it is, because also I don't open the door very often, because I just like my privacy. And therefore the warm air, I actually ended up arriving here already. My mum called me, so I made the video got interrupted. I don't remember what I was talking about. Thanks, mother. Maid. I hope I'm gonna find a job soon. I applied for it, but they didn't call me back. And there's still the thing outside the shop. There's still a paper thingy. Why don't I remember how it said? It's such a simple word. Well, there's still the thing pinned outside, being like, we are looking for a person. They are not looking for somebody with experience, so they better fucking call me. Oh, students. I talk about them as if I was like when I talk about student, like about other people, when I talk about people that haven't graduated yet, I talk about them as if I was like a wizard and I was calling them muggle. Before I saw my old physics and maths teacher, it was quite away from me, and it was so awkward because he just said, "Hi Luna." I was like, shit, I'm out of place. I thought he was gonna tell me off, because to be honest, I shouldn't have been inside. I wasn't inside the building, but I got very inside. I wasn't just in the parking lot where parents are allowed. I was also outside of the school, basically on the way to get to class. Still outside, but it's nowhere. I don't think parents are allowed there. I mean, I never see anybody there. Never, ever. Like, I don't think they are allowed there. Specifically on the building I was getting in, because it's another little building that never sees parents. Like, I shit you know, I never saw a parent in there. My mum said that she went in there once, but I was very surprised because nobody goes in there. Like, I was so scared I was gonna get told off. Also, I felt so looked at. I could really feel and see that so many parents I could really see and feel that so many teachers, not teachers, what the heck, Luna, focus. I could really see that so many students were looking at me. I think people that already knew me from the other years, maybe they just kind of saw me. I didn't think people even noticed me, but sometimes some people that I don't even know my name and know stuff about me. And like, even some teachers that I don't even know end up actually knowing me, and they're like, "Hey Luna, how you doing?" I'm like, "Bish, what? Like, how do you know me? Like, I thought you didn't even know my name, and I never had you as a teacher. Or like, I never even said hello to you in the hallway. How can you know who I am? And say hi to me." It's not a bad thing. I just, I thought it went very unnoticed, but apparently, fairly enough, apparently my makeup, you never saw the crazy makeups I used to do at school, but apparently my makeup and my hair draws a lot of attention. Not right now, because I don't have either cool hair or cool makeup, but yeah, you've seen some photos of me looking weird. Okay, imagine they're like 10 times weirder. Yeah. And also the way I behave, I guess, draws a lot of attention, because I just kind of go like, yep. You know, I just kind of go like a little ant, like a wee tiny serial killer, like killing cereal, like actual cereal with milk. You know that because of sub, I've started to eat cereal, putting cereal first and then milk, and I kind of like it now. I never liked it. I hated it. It made, like, I still hate when cereal goes soggy, but in the past I would eat cereal only if it was super crunchy. Like, it couldn't even have been in the milk for like more than 20 seconds. Like, I couldn't stand it if it was even for more than 20 seconds. So instead now I can bear it for a bit longer. So actually I like it a bit longer, but like maybe 40 seconds. Also, all the parents are arriving to pick up their children. I am a child too. Like, most people in this school, they are like in the last year, are my age anyway. Like, there are so many people that were in my elementary school. And also other people that I know that were in the same class as people that are as old as me, basically. I've seen like already 4 people for sure that are my age, like literally my age or older. Like, I know, it's crazy. Like, I keep seeing people my age or older, and they are in high school. It's a bit weird, and it's a bit of a surreal experience, because you feel a bit even more out of place, and like you don't belong there in a bad way. Like, oh, you don't even belong here. You don't belong anywhere. You don't deserve to have a place in this world. You don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to feel like you don't deserve a place to belong. Where you don't deserve a place where you can belong. Yeah, that's honestly a hard feeling to deal with. I am trying to I'm trying to understand though that it's more like some people and the way it was treated around them that I miss. And I know that if those people are willing to see me outside of school, I can get the same treatment, and I can get the same, I can get the same amount of love and support and care from them. Just it's a little bit different, because of course if you're going through the same stuff, you don't even have to talk too much about it, because you don't have to describe our person is, our situation is, because they went through it too, and you just go like, oh yeah, and you basically spend half the time that you would spend to describe it, and you can just feel more, you feel more like understood quicker, and you don't have to put so much energy and effort into describing stuff. So that helps too when you are in the same place as somebody, and you are also on the same page, meaning like similar situation and friends and clothes, and every time I see a black cat, I think it's Sab's mom. Do I give too much information about my personal life? Maybe people know too much. To be honest, I feel like I joke about people not stalking me, because I know that sometimes I'm like so not careful at all that if you just analyzed my Instagram photos, even just for like 10 minutes, you would be like, oh yeah, she lives there. Like, you would even be able to guess exactly where, just because I don't really give too much of a shit about keeping my life private and safe, but also because I feel like nobody even notices me anyway, and nobody cares, and therefore even if I stray up went to the people and told them to their face, hey, they wouldn't be bothered even to hurt me, because like they don't notice me, so I don't get loved, but I don't get hurt either. Like, I get ignored, I'm just so used to being invisible and to being ignored and being completely out of place and not belonging anywhere. It still hurts just as badly. It doesn't get better. It's just something I'm more, used to. So maybe that's why I don't really pay a lot of attention, but I do realize that I should be a bit careful about privacy. So that's why sometimes I am very careful, and sometimes I just go like, oh shit, no. Frankly, I don't see why somebody would, I haven't done anything badly to anybody, and also I don't have anything that people would want to get from me. What would they want to get? Like my used shoes, if they broke into my house, like a pair of stinky socks. I mean, I can give them that for free as long as they don't use it for disgusting shit, Yeah, I wait here because if I go in, then I'm pretty sure we'll see a teacher and the teacher will talk to me and I will feel so uncomfortable. Like before with my maths and physics teacher, I felt so uncomfortable because I was awkward. I turned around, I kind of went like, I was walking, I turned my head, it was far away, and then I kind of did a little swirl and I thought he had stopped talking to me, but I kept looking because I was like, oh, maybe he keeps talking. And after a while, when it was turned, I was almost completely turned. He said something more, so I had to turn again, and I ended up like doing a little like twirl, like turning around, and as if I was dancing. And while I was walking, turning around while I was walking, and people looked at me. Like I don't know if they looked at me, but I felt very observed. I felt very awkward, and yeah, I felt like I felt like so many people were looking at me, judging me, and being like, oh my god, she's so fucking awkward in a bad way. Like, oh my god, she's so fucking clumsy and uncomfortable and awkward, and like she behaves in such a stupid way. Yeah, like, oh my god, she's so awkward. Like, oh my god, she's so stupid, if you know what I mean. Okay, I see Sub's classmate. I see Sub! I see my Sub. Bye-bye, people! Hi, Sub!